Hi, Shanice. My name's Gary, and I want to welcome you to my online session today. Before we get started, I'd like to say a few things. I want to let you know that our conversation is totally confidential between yourself and I. I will not share it with anybody unless you want somebody to watch the video. Also, I want to let you know that the internet connection is totally secure as well, so you don't have to worry about anybody capturing it. And the only time I'll break that confidentiality is if you want to hurt yourself or harm anybody else. I'll have to break that confidentiality and do something about it. So, with that information, are you okay to proceed?
Yep.
Alrighty. So, why don't we make this easy and tell me what brings you here today?
My partner has brought up some concern about, I guess, my recent habits of having a few drinks.
You find them habits?
I personally don't, I wouldn't classify it as a habit, but I guess that's his wording.
Oh, okay. So your husband and yourself has had a conversation. He's concerned about your drinking. How long has this been going on, if you don't mind me asking?
Since September-ish.
Of this year?
Correct, yes. Yeah.
Ah, okay. So it hasn't been that long. Do you find concerns with it yourself?
I don't like maybe health wise, it's probably not the best, I guess, but I just kind of use it as a coping mechanism.
Coping mechanism for what?
Um, I have three children. Christmas is coming. I'm in school. So there's a lot to juggle.
It sounds like you do have a lot on your plate. How is your concerns with your drinking?
I really don't have a concern. I'm more so, I guess, kind of encouraged to come here by my partner out of his concern. Like I said, I just found it more of a coping mechanism like any other person would have.
Sounds like you've been really thoughtful in your decision, and that's it's great that you're here today. It's not always easy to pull away from three children and schooling and all the other stresses of being a housewife, I guess, in today's society. Um, so let me ask if you don't mind, what would you like to change about your lifestyle that would make it easier?
Hmm. That is actually a hard question. Maybe because I have so much going on, maybe scheduling tips or skills, maybe.
Okay. So if you did decide to make any changes in your life and possibly your drinking, how would you go about that?
Um, Maybe bit by bit.
Bit by bit. So you're referring to maybe going from um, two or three drinks to maybe one or two drinks a day? Or is there any other? Do I hear that correctly?
Yeah, yeah, that's kind of what I mean. Like, if pertaining the drinking, yeah, probably cut down slowly versus all at once.
Okay, so that I have a better understanding, on a scale of 1 to 100, how important is it for you to make a change?
Um, for myself, I would probably say like I'm gonna say like five. But for my family, I would definitely say 100 because I always have my family's interest in mind.
Okay. So you see yourself a 5 out of 100. Why not a zero?
Because there's always margin for error. Like everyone can change. There's always something to change. It's, I
Hmm.
guess, the willingness to change.
So what do you think you will do to make that change to maybe go from a 5 to even a 50?
Um, I think. in order to make change in my life, I think I would have to find something concrete that I would need to make a change in.
And what would that be?
I think really at this point, like I said, the main concern of my husband is the drinking.
Okay. So give me the ideology. Let's try for the three best reasons for you to make a change in your drinking.
Three best reasons.
Yeah.
That's hard because like I said, I don't find it that bad. Like I just feel like it'd be any other person. It's kind of like people drinking coffee. You know, it's kind of a simple thing, I guess. But I guess cost would be one of them. Um, like I don't get fall over drunk, but you know, sometimes I feel good. So I guess that could really contribute to my contribution to my family and stuff.
Hmm.
Um, maybe could help me find a healthier alternative, possibly.
Okay. Well, if I could, I can offer you some educational products to take home with you today and
Okay.
give you some reading material that you can discuss with your husband. Um, in a short little while, we have covered a lot of areas, and if you don't mind, if I can just summarize back to you what I've heard, and you can correct me in parts where I might be not so correct in following you. With your husband, he has shown some concerns that your drinking of 2 to 3 drinks per day is becoming a possible issue. And yourself, you find that there is possibly nothing wrong with it um, because it helps calm you while you're dealing with your stresses of the day of motherhood of 3 children, your education and schooling, probably tests and exams and all that that goes along with it, and having a husband and the daily chores of life itself. Um, do I seem to follow you okay with that?
Yeah, yeah, you just missed a little piece of Christmas. I find Christmas gets quite hectic with three kids
Oh,
and,
I'm sorry.
you know, no,
I
no,
am
that's
very
okay.
sorry. I missed that about you mentioning Christmas, and it is that time of year, and that's a very big stress, especially trying to go Christmas shopping to find the right presents for the children. And so, yeah. What do you possibly think things would look like, let's say, the first week of January with your drinking? Do you think it'd be the
Uh,
same or?
I feel like it's unpredictable. If I proceed maybe with the way I'm going, it could lead to more, possibly. I don't feel like I have an addictive personality. Um, but if I flip the coin, I could and stop, it could maybe be a healthier me.
Well, it sounds like you've given a lot of good thought to everything before we got together today and discussed. It does sound like you do have a pretty good track on where you want to go and where you'd like to see yourself in the future for you and your family. So I think what we'll do today is, if you don't mind, and with your permission, I'd like to give you some educational materials to take home and read about drinking. And possibly in the new year, why don't we get back together and see how things have gone in this time frame and see how we can help you a little bit more and see where you stand on your drinking and the issues that are following along in your family with that. Are you okay with that?
Yeah, that sounds great.
That sounds good. Okay, yeah, but it's a real pleasure to have met you today and to have this little discussion. And I'll have the office contact you with possibly set up a new date with myself or another counselor. It's up to you. But I'm here for you, and the agency, we're all here for you. If you feel any stress is coming on during the holidays, give us a quick call and we'll jump online and we'll have a discussion.
Thank you.
You're quite welcome. It's been a real pleasure, and have yourself a good day.
You too.